Hey everybody, we're making another heads up sit and go video. This channel is dedicated exclusively to just giving you online poker tips, so you can incorporate it into your own game. And you know, some of the past results that my friend has here. He's made $500,000. Used to play the $500 to $5,000 heads up matches on Full Tilt and Poker Stars, and so we're watching him right now. None of this is edited. This is all live. So I'm just going to go ahead and let him get into the commentary, the nit and grit of it all, so you can understand what's going through his head when he's making some of these plays to exploit his opponent's strategy. Also, so you guys know, this is Bovada. It is the #1 U.S. facing site right now. And you know, I've posted a link beneath the video that you guys can just click on that, and it'll redirect you, and you can download the site from there. We highly recommend using that link because you'll get a really good first deposit bonus. There's also some other bonuses that you'll be able to find by using that specific link. So, but anyway, I'm going to leave it up to Richard to go ahead and explain.
All right, so I'm in two matches right now: $50 heads up sit and go, and a $100. And a $70 heads up sit and go. I normally don't play two at once because I like to focus on one, but they both started at the same time. I was waiting in both lobbies, so there we go. I'm just gonna call here with this ace-10. It's early on. I don't just want to go crazy with that hand quite yet. He bets pot. I'm just gonna fold here. He's showing a lot of strength, and I don't know much about him, so not much we can do there. Just fold the A3 on the button. I like to fold garbage on buttons. Some people will never fold buttons heads up, but I just don't think you're ever going to make a profit playing A3.
I'd have to agree with you. I mean, sometimes if it's like the very first hand of the match, though, it's a pretty good flop. If it's the very first hand of the match, I don't know. Part of me wants to just set like an aggressive tone for the match, so I will like open, but that's the only time really.
Yeah, yep. I agree with that. This guy on the left has been pretty aggressive. Not much I can do when the flops just completely missed me. I don't want to think about bluffing here. I feel like he's checking back like a lot of weak pairs and stuff that he's just going to call with. He ended up having ace high, but still not really interested in that pot.
So he seems to be pretty easy to read straightforward, like in terms of like his weaknesses. Like, so when he's weak, he checks back, which almost like sets it up for like, I don't know. It's like part of me would be like tempted to overbet sometimes if he's checking.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Might have to do that.
How's that candy bar?
Pretty good. I'm eating a granola bar. Sorry. So the board ran off pretty well. This is a little bit tempting to value bet, but I'll just check.
Well, ace king? No,
good.
He's good. Oh.
Yeah.
Even a min raise on the flop is not scaring you.
Is that what happens, Diane?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I play two tournaments, I forget.
You're like, oh yeah, it's really tempting to value bet. I'm like, what are you talking about? He raised you on the flop. He min raised you.
Yeah, he did min raise on the flop. Okay. Then I guess it's not a close of a value bet. Ace Jack. So he min raised me with a weak draw on the flop. It's good to remember that.
I would click back. Or.
Yeah, clicking back is good because then you know where you're at. But like now, I really don't know where I'm at. So I'm gonna call one more street. And he checks. I'm just going to check back, hoping I'm good. I don't... Maybe he caught a 9 on the turn. Okay, he just had king 7.
Very good read. I mean, clicking back would have probably worked as well, but you pick up even more from him.
Yep. But I do like clicking it back sometimes like that. If you think he's bluffing,
yeah, and it's
just
like
click it back.
If you can muster the courage to make the call there, but I don't know. That's good though.
So we got a queen. Not a great turn. I'm gonna check, but I did bet min on the flop, so I kind of would expect this to sometimes be a bluff. Or 9, I guess.
So as you can see, sometimes I would do something different, but I'm not the one that's made, $500,000. So we'll let Richard ultimately be the executor here, and I would totally listen to him over anything that comes out of my mouth. But still, the dialogue, it can be helpful because I do think this is something you should do if you have any poker buddies and you're trying to improve your game. Definitely talk about the hands, because you might, and it's really hard as you get older. Adults just become set in their ways. So players, if you've been at the tables for a while, you just have a kind of a certain, confidence or attitude about your game that you're like, you know what, I know how to play. But you should always be evolving and should always be open to listen to other people's perspectives, especially people that have shown good results, which is the case here with Richard. So
yeah, I agree. It is good to talk hands through and kind of talk out your thoughts and get other opinions and perspectives. It can do nothing but good for your game. Yeah, it is important to keep an open mind about things. So, this guy min raised last time with not much. I'm going to kind of click it back and put him to the test a little bit. Because I have top pair, I'm not really planning on folding it anyways. Here, a 3-bet, we'll just call it with our suited connector. So he folded here. When he checks, I have no start on value, so I'm going to kind of bet strong. And look like I'm kind of committed to the pot and try to force him to a decision. He calls.
Which is bad.
An interesting turn card. The turn card is enticing. I have to really decide if he's going to be calling or not. Let's put him to the test and really find out if he's willing to call off. I'm a little worried about this play.
But if you're wrong, you could have ace-5 and you have 10 outs.
Yeah, I'm worried about like pocket 9s or something because he did 3-bet pocket 9s, 10s, 8s, whatever. But I do have a 9 and 8, I guess. So we'll see.
I think it's too tough of a call there. I mean, he's crippled if he makes a call and he's wrong.
Yeah, and I definitely could have a queen there.
Yeah, it's a great bluff spot.
So I'm going to 3-bet kind of small.
Yeah.
2.5 times or around there. Because he doesn't have all that much left. And as you can see, he's still snap folded. But I don't want to 3-bet 3x because he's short stacked. And it's just really tough for him to call a big raise. Because he's not a terrible player. He's shown to be fairly straightforward. I'm just going to try to steal this one. He calls, which is fine. Now we're just going to half pots. Continuation bet. This is an easy call with a 9. Or actually, I don't mind a min raise or a raise to kind of find out where you're at, and that's what I'm going to do. And he just folds. There's a spade draw, so I'm actually going to bet pot here. Wow, he min raises. I don't see any play, but just because he doesn't put me on an ace, so he could have like a king here or a bluff. So I am just going to raise and get it in. And if he does have a flush, then I pay the man his money.
Pay that man his money. King or
Ace.
ace or 4.
So we did have a flush. Pretty unfortunate against our top pair, but he was really short, and by that point there was a lot in the pot, so it's kind of hard to get away from. I mean, the min-raise does look kind of strong, but I could also see him doing that as just a complete bluff, maybe, thinking that I don't have an ace, so I'm just bluffing, but probably not. It probably was a sign of strength, but like I said, it's just hard to get away from. So we have a pair here. Maybe he'll just check behind and we'll win, and we do. We have pocket tens here. I'm going to bet min. I like to try to keep him in with whatever he has, and he's min raising. I'm going to go to 200. I like this raise because it's just annoying to people.
What about 250? No?
Yeah, I can do 250. Let's just try 200 though. See what he does.
He's gonna fold.
Yeah, probably.
When they turn down that much, they're like, shoot, my opponent's on top of that.
Yep, it's too bad he folded, but this hand, I could try to bluff, but I'm just not too interested in the pot. And I do have a pair in case he just has like king queen or an ace, but he did river the queen nine. Here I have a flush draw, I'm going to lead. I have a gutter ball, I'm going to bet pot. Suited king, definitely good enough to call him min raise. And I'm just going to lead, see what he does. He min raises. He's done this before with air, so I'm just going to float. See what he does on the turn. I'm going to check that back. I'm going to bluff at this pot. I feel like he couldn't have a flush or a deuce, so. And this hand, I just have a gutter. I haven't invested too much, so I'm just going to give it up.
These poor sons of a bitches. They don't even know who they're playing.
So I'm going to 3-bet here. I don't know why. Sometimes I just do that. It works.
I don't know why.
Here, it's a dry board. I have 2 backdoor draws. I'm just trying to hope he doesn't have a queen.
He really has to commit a stack right here, fold.
Yeah.
I don't really see him just calling with an 8.
Nope, and he folded. So the whole reasoning behind that is because when he's betting there, he either has to have a queen or nothing most of the time. And obviously you don't get top pair that often.
Min raise it back, min raise.
And I do like that I had 2 backdoor draws too. That's helpful. Alright, this hand, I feel like he might be going with it.
He has a flush draw.
Yeah, I'm just going to shove. And hopefully he'll think I have a draw, or he'll have to call off with his flush draw.
It's either complete air or... Oh, man, I thought it was complete air. Who just freaking leads out pot?
I don't know, but I guess it worked.
Yeah, it did.
He min-raised pre-flop out of position, so it's important to remember.
Oh, okay. I thought you min-raised.
Fold here. Ready to fold here.
And then the reason for the limp on the button is just because you're hoping To take it down on the flop?
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't play these hands. They wouldn't even try to. They would just either push or fold, but for only 50 more chips, I like to limp and see if I can take it down on the flop. I play a little different than everybody else, and I'm okay with that.
King 9's probably good enough.
Yeah. Okay, well now it's good enough to
shove.
Yep.
Or 400.
Yeah, this is basically a shove, but instead of shoving, I like to just raise half my stack. I didn't really expect him to call, but he's got Jack 10, and I held.
That's hilarious.
That's the whole point of doing that.
Because if they have usually, you could get a fold out of somebody like that.
Yeah. And then he'll just give me the free, if he does flop a Jack or a 10, well, so be it. Queens is a good hand.
He's shoving.
I'm not going to min raise because he did that when he had aces. I feel like he might be expecting. I mean, not much you can do if he doesn't have a hand, but. Oh man, ace deuce.
Tough spot.
Yeah. Aces over here is nice. This hand, I probably have the best hand, but I just hate calling. It's a really big shove. I'm crippled if I call and lose. This could go either way. I'm trying to think of what he's been doing lately. He hasn't just been shoving, he's been shoving some lately, but not like every button.
Yeah, probably just wait. I mean, because, at best, you're 60-40, absolute best. And then there's a lot of things like pocket threes, any small pocket pair, any ace that has you out kicked. And then even if you're right and he has, any hand, you're 60-40 at best.
Yeah, if I had ace 10 there, I'd call. But yeah, because ace 10 dominates a lot more hands. But yeah, ace 2 doesn't dominate anything, obviously. So, I could see reasons for a call there, but yeah, I think I would just like to try to wait. I would definitely rather call with this than the ace deuce because this dominates a lot of hands. King 10, king 9, queen 9, all those hands this hand dominates.
Right.
And then even if he does have an ace, I'm still only 60-40. So I would just much rather call with that for this exact reason. Then 8 doesn't come. Here we go. So I feel like we made good decisions there. We were patient and we folded an ace and we waited for a better hand to call with against his range, which is counterintuitive because it's the worst hand, but it's just a better hand to call with than an ace deuce, in my opinion.
Accept the match.
Did he accept?
No.
I think I'll just play this one, and then we'll end the video for right now.
Sounds good.
Okay, so he called.
Double gutter.
Yeah, I'm going to bet pot and go with this one. Really put him to the test. I don't think he has a queen. Hopefully he doesn't have 5-7. Oh, man.
5-7.
Wow, he had Jack 8, and he just went with it. He called the flop and nothing. Well, so be it, I guess. He called the flop at nothing and then didn't even hesitate on the turn.
Come on, king. Jack,
King. Queen, Jack.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
We're right back in it.
He doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, this hand I am actually going to limp and call with. I feel like he might ride momentum. I feel like he's shoving pretty light because he wants to ride the momentum. So this is one of those cases that just like the last thing, I'd rather call with king queen than ace deuce. And we end up having the same hand, and I wish I had a heart, but I don't.
Shoot. That's crazy. He floated you with nothing.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean,
that's good to remember. If I can get a couple hands against it, get a couple mid pairs.
Yeah, you min raised the aces earlier. I really was rooting for a limp there, but Because I feel like he's shoved every single time you've limped.
Yeah, I'll definitely limp my next strong hand.
Or you can disconnect and you can just collect it.
Or maybe I'm no, he's disconnected.
Yeah. Alright, this is, everyone, this is a really good example of why you need to buy good internet. Because he's going to just... Oh, come on, no!
That was the worst time for him to come back. I just had to fold, but that's when he got back to the millisecond that he wanted to.
He did it on purpose.
Maybe, you never know.
No, but he couldn't have known what you were going to have if you were going to go with it.
Yeah. Well, blinds are huge. At this point, you just kind of have to hope to get a good hand or two, or hope, to steal a blind or two. I'm gonna shove this. Just hopefully he doesn't wake up with a hand. And he didn't.
Nice, yeah. You need to take that one there.
I feel like this guy will definitely make some pre-flop shoving mistakes if I can get a hand, but 3-8 offsuit isn't gonna do it.
Yeah. Some of these things, this is a time where things can be really frustrating if you're running pretty bad.
Suited connector. Once again, I'm gonna shove.
Show it.
He shoved the queen deuce and folded. That's the power of shoving all in, is that you can shove 6-3, but you can't really call with queen deuce.
One more time for the kid or no?
Yeah, I'll shove it one more time.
Show it. Oh, man. The power of shoving.
So basically, this is whoever shoves the button. This is winning the pot.
Yeah. All right, so let's go. You have 7 big blinds right now. That's good enough for a rip.
Yeah, I'm actually going to check and try to hope he'll shove light, and then I can call. And he does shove, and I have to go through with my plan. He actually has this crush, but not much we can do about it. Well, we won one, lost one. I felt like those were some interesting videos. You got some good content.
Yep. Well, I'm going to end the video there, Richard. Everyone stay tuned for more videos coming up on $1 Million Poker Tips. Also, subscribe if you'd like, and we hope to see you guys at the tables. Good luck.